The globalist powers to impose the Great Reset, and the whole world is on the brink of socialism. But before we get into the video, guys, as you know, the lockdowns and the economic crisis have been hitting individuals and businesses, small businesses such as Fresh Essential. A couple of English guys based in the country. For the past 5 years, they've been providing luxurious food to restaurants and hotels like the Ritz. But because of the current situation, they've been forced to go online and actually sell directly to consumers. They've reached out to me to obviously try their products. It's absolutely amazing. They've got granola, they've got the fire roasted nuts, and these are the products that you can't actually find usually because they sell it directly as suppliers to the Ritz and all these luxury hotels. But they've been kind enough to actually give us a special discount code for you guys. I'm not getting anything out of this actually, but I'll put the link to the website in the description with the special discount code Maya10. Just try it for yourself, support small British businesses, and together let's survive this lockdown. Hello everyone and welcome to today's show. I'm sure you've heard of the World Economic Forum, a group of elitist leaders, people that we look up to, the prime ministers, presidents, leader of corporations, and Prince Charles for some reason. We get together once a year and obviously throughout the whole year to micromanage the whole world and the whole world economy because they know better. And now they've come up with this new idea, the Great Reset. When this idea came out a few months ago, a lot of people were speculating, thinking that a group of supervillains, behind closed doors, making these plans. In reality, it's much worse than that. They're doing it out in public. They're very open about what they want to do with the world. And so we've got a couple of clips. I'm going to actually show you and analyze this whole situation, why this actually matters, and how it's going to restrict our freedom, our free market capitalist system, and our Western values. They think they're doing a good job. They're not. Firstly, they have all these predictions on what sort of world they want to see in about 10 years' time. They've got ideas such as that you'll own nothing, but you'll be happy. So property ownership, not going to happen, but you'll be happy and content with your life. Sure, let's go with that. They also say that the US will no longer be the world's leading superpower. That's also something else that they are now predicting and thinking that's how the world might be in about 10 years' time. And will have to do a better job at welcoming and integrating refugees. It's interesting that they picked one word, refugees, not migrants. Just refugees. Migrants, leave them alone. But so this whole thing, firstly, they got all these leaders getting together, planning, micromanaging. It's Keynesianism on steroid, up to a point where it's essentially Marxism in the name of capitalism. It's not. It's corporatism. That's what it is. And they're going to bring down the whole system because they think they know best. They have Prince Charles coming out, making a video for them, and talking nonsense.
We have an incredible opportunity to create entirely new sustainable industries, investing in nature as the true engine of our economy.
Okay, we all know that Prince Charles is obsessed with nature, fine, but they keep talking about the environment, the green revolution, things like this. But what cost? What are they talking about? Are they talking about personal responsibility, or are they talking about corporations and big government telling us what to do? That's clearly the whole plan.
The current global crisis has disrupted every aspect of our lives, but it has also presented us with an extraordinary opportunity, a chance to reset and accelerate efforts to improve the state of our world.
Changing our current trajectory will require bold and imaginative action, together with determination and decisive leadership.
See, again, you might hear these words and you might agree because these are nice words. Let's all be good. Let's all work together. Why not? No one's against this. The problem is, putting aside the rhetoric, the plan that they've published, it's all out there. It's all done by centralized planning systems. It's all done by big governments and corporations. Nothing to do with communities and individual citizens.
In order to secure our future and to prosper, we need to evolve our economic model.
There we go. We need to evolve our economic model. Because clearly the free market capitalist system, it doesn't work. But fun fact, It hasn't worked perfectly over the last few decades. Why? Because of these guys. Because they keep centralizing everything. We don't actually have a capitalist system. We have a corporatist system. It's not the same as having a free market system, essentially.
Putting people and planet at the heart of global value creation. If there is one critical lesson we have to learn from this crisis, we need to put nature at the heart of how we operate. We are on the verge of catalytic breakthroughs that will alter our view of what is possible and profitable within the framework of a sustainable future.
Within the framework of a sustainable future. And, he talks about profit, but again, everything goes back to corporations. Everything goes back to big business, not small businesses, not communities, not individual citizens. And this is the biggest problem. And I don't understand why someone like Prince Charles is getting involved with this. They convinced him because of, all this green crap stuff and environment. And now, obviously, he's one of the faces of the World Economic Forum.
We need nothing short of a paradigm shift, one that inspires action at revolutionary levels and pace. We simply cannot waste any more time. The only limit is our willingness to act.
Yes, it's predictable. They've always been talking about this, and over the last few months, they're now obsessed with the fourth industrial revolution, with the digital revolution. Again, they keep talking about how we need to use big corporations and big business to run our markets, and also how to use big governments, your American governments, the British governments, all the big ones, the European Union, to be able to micromanage our economic world. This is, as I said before, Keynesianism on the steroids. So it's something that's been tried before, not well, historically speaking, when you centralize powers, in the name of feudalism to socialism, communism, anything like that, and it hasn't worked. We have seen in the 20th century the one model that actually helped massively was a truly free market system. Less regulations and lower taxes, and actually allowing entrepreneurs to grow. Not do any of this sort of things. But when you have people obviously investing in projects like NASA and all the other big organizations, also the World Health Organizations, instead of actually trying to localize powers and empower individuals and small businesses to do it themselves, this is the biggest problem we have. And actually, Sky News Australia spoke out against this, and Australian Senate as well. It's quite an interesting clip. Let's go to it and then come back.
What it is about globalisation. They're pushing their own agenda, and I think it's pushing us towards the socialist, left, Marxist view of the world. And they're using this forum now to push that when the pandemic's on, that governments can actually now control the people and to push them in their own way, their own agenda. And I'm totally opposed to that. It's about getting rid of capitalism, and so if you've got a company, then you shouldn't have shareholders. You should actually be sharing the wealth around. That is total socialism. And these elites have their own little world they live in. They don't have anything to worry about. So these people want to control the rest of the populace and push their own agenda on the rest of the populace. And We've seen it here in Australia, whether it's in the educational system that's happening, the socialism, even the media. You have people that are employed in these areas pushing their own agenda, and it's losing our democracy, who we are, and it's about slowly losing our sovereignty.
And that's actually spot on, because the problem you have is that these guys get together once a year in Davos with their expensive dinners and drinks and talk about how they're the intellectual ones and how they know better. And this is the biggest problem we have, because when we've had complacency in the Western democracies, where people think that, politics is just boring, we don't need to get involved, we don't need to have a say, we don't need to vote. This has happened over the last few decades because no one's actually out there to hold them to account. And the mainstream media have been complacent. Now they're talking about it just a little bit in terms of the risks and the dangers to the current system that we have. But in reality, if you're not careful, what they're going to be doing is all the powerful people at the top, from the corporations to the elites and everybody else, they'll be fine. It's not going to affect them, but it's going to affect everybody else. As I said, the individuals and smaller businesses. And we should really speak out against this. And actually, as I said before, this is not some sort of random group of people like supervillains in behind closed doors doing this. This is have been advocated by world leaders, you know, from Justin Trudeau to President Xi. I mean, yeah, they have a lot in common, don't they? So I just wanted to make this video to keep you guys aware of this situation. In the next few months, the World Economic Forum will be publishing more documents and they'll be explaining their agenda. So I will keep you guys posted as usual. And on that note, as I said, we have to support our small businesses, especially British businesses like Fresh Essential. You saw a clip earlier. It wasn't really an ad. It's just me giving a shout out because I truly believe in these guys and their products. So as I said, check out the link in the description. Use your discount code MAYA10 and try it for yourself on MyCC. I'll see you guys in the next video.